Hello everyone, welcome to Career Talk. My name is Anand. There are queries from people whether it is the right time to change their job because of the coronavirus situation. Now people want to know whether they should move from one company to another, especially in the IT industry, whether it is right time to do this job change. Before I go and answer that, I would request you to subscribe to the channel if you have not done it already, and also press the bell icon. It will help you get notified as soon as I post any new video. Now, whether you should switch your job or not totally depends on your situation. Okay, there is no single guideline that I can give of which is applicable to all of you listening to this video. Because of the coronavirus situation, it is very clear that there is a financial slowdown, right? Now, because IT is interdependent on other businesses, because we are interconnected and interdependent on a lot of other businesses, there's definitely going to be an impact. Okay, let's say for example, airlines industry is on a hold, right? There are no flights operating. The retail industry is also impacted, right? Likewise, there are a lot of other sectors which are under lockdown. Indirectly, it impacts IT, because if an IT company is doing business with them, it's very clear that there will be impact on the current projects which are being implemented. Companies would avoid investing on new projects for at least a short term, right? And their focus will be on run the business, right? Even Google CEO Sundar Pichai has mentioned that they will go slow on new hiring, right? And they'll recalibrate their investment plans, right? So these are tricky times. So if you are in a situation where you want to do a job switch, be careful, okay? And how you can be careful is by asking some right questions and validating certain information before you accept a job offer. Okay, so in the interview process itself, you should ask information about whether you are being hired for the pool or are you being hired for a specific customer or a specific project. Okay, also inquire on the duration of the project. Okay, is it a short-term or a long-term project, or whether it is an ongoing operation, right? So clarify these things. Clarify about the company that you're going to join, and also ask questions about your customer. Who is going to be the end customer? Where is this customer based? For example, if the customer head office or if the customer business is dependent on any of the countries where the coronavirus impact is severe, then you have to be careful. Okay, so these are the right questions that you need to ask. And you also need to find out about the bench policy. Okay, what is the bench policy of your company? How many days of notice period? How is the past track record? Does this company have a track record of hire and fire? So validate all those things in the interview process itself before you switch. Okay, because at times it may be the right decision to stay where you are, and at times it may be a wise decision to switch. Okay, so from situation to situation, company to company, individual to individual, scenario to scenario, these decisions need to be made separately. Having said that, there are a lot of companies who have already mentioned that they will not fire people, but they will kind of hold on the appraisal or the hike, right? Because they need to control the cost. Then there are also companies where they are giving discounts to the customer, or they're giving enough time or changing the payment terms of the customers and allowing them to pay a certain cost now and a majority of the cost later during the year or next year. So all those things are happening, but be very careful with the market situation. Be on the watch as such, and also validate on some of the infrastructure related points, right? For example, if you are switching from company A to company B, how will you get inducted in company B, right? How will they provide you the infrastructure? Because a lot of companies are struggling to provide assets, laptops or desktops to their employees because of the curfew or lockdown situation. Okay, then you need to also ask questions around the training process. How will you get trained if you're working remotely? Are there enough digital training mechanisms in place to train you while you work from your home? So all these things are extremely important for you to get started. Okay, and before you take a decision to switch your job, make sure that all these points are covered. So these are some of the points I thought I'll cover in today's video. There were also questions around freshers. There were questions around whether companies will lay off freshers. And in my opinion, most of the companies won't do so. I mean, that's the last thing which will come to their mind, because they hire freshers with a vision that they will groom them over a period of time. Okay, and also companies benefit because the cost of the freshers are less as compared to the cost of the laterals, right? If the companies are going slow on lateral hiring. They would rather retain the freshers and train them faster so that they become productive faster. So I don't think there's going to be any layoff as far as freshers are concerned, but that's my personal opinion. If you compare that with a startup, okay, where they hire freshers on a very high salary, unrealistic salary, but if the startup does not have a strong backing and do not have a solid foundation, if they do not have a strong customer base, then the startups may be exceptions who can let go freshers as well. So all these things, guys, it depends on scenario to scenario. We are in difficult times, so let's be watchful and be careful before we take any professional decision. Do reach out to me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you in all possible ways. For today, that's it. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'll see you next week. Till then, take care. Bye for now.